to the others patiently.
Mm-hmm.
We're so busy talking and speaking to and talking over each other, whether it is social media, whether it is in person. We all have so many judgment layers. We judge each other. And simple things she said, if you are calling the other person as an evil, you just judge. And
Right.
I think I think that really hit home. That I think listening skills are so important to understand that the other is a human first, and then whatever the other person has their own relationship, their own way of life. We are no one to judge. And the way to simplify it is listening to the others. Active listening and patiently listening is the key. I'll tell you one example that I learned recently, okay, that we have a staff of many diverse cultures and backgrounds, okay. I found out that there are people who have immigrated from Africa. They would want to call themselves black. And then there are African American who are third, fourth, 10th generation in America. And they actually said that the black people who have immigrated have more rights than African American living here.
Mm.
It never occurred to me. Never. Just by listening to different people, I realized that. So even if you look alike, there are so many layers to these personalities and conversations.
And then when you convolute that with not just the race, but you add religion to it, it's so interesting. I remember when I was at your agency, and there was a woman from Somalia who was there, and she had come from a refugee camp. And to see the way that you all embraced her, and yet we don't always see the same type of embracing in Christianity in the same way that I saw in your community. And I was so blessed because you all knew that I was Christian, and yet you still embraced me and allowed me the opportunity to be a part of so many things that you do. And so I just am really excited to see how you all are really doing that you're listening. And
I
so
think we
go on,
it's
Mona.
François, it is, we each have our own traumas, right? And the way to heal is listening. Part of it is listening, and part of it because each time when you help somebody else, you're somehow uh, healing yourself as well. So
And
I think that's the essence of TMWF.
and I'll say this, you've done this not only with the women in your organization, but you're a mother and you have raised two amazing young people. So how did you help them navigate the challenges of those very things that you talk about, culture, race, and religion?
I think because me and my husband are first generation immigrants. We moved here in 2000. So we knew what kind of lens is important for them to thrive, not just survive. And the conversations began early on to see people at from a different lens and how to thrive. I I had taken my daughter and my son to a lot of we've done a lot of traveling, and I had given them resources of learn the other side. So, you know, listening to NPR, for example, or listening to international media. What do they say? What are others? What do others think? So there was one time when my daughter was in her room, and she at the time was a teenager, and not in a good place. She said that, you know what, I read some news that there are children there was some suicide blast in one of, I think it was Iraq, in Middle East. And she said that I read and saw the children, they were in such a bad shape. This is so, why people do that? Why are we like that? And I couldn't console her. I couldn't give her any reason. So I said, look, Dina, the thing is, it's one reason to just sit and constantly question why. And then the other is find a way how to help them. She kept quiet at that time. And then afterwards, I kept on seeing. And I think with time, she decided to have a career in journalism, to be a voice. And every time I tell her, she says, you told me to do something about it, so I'm doing something about it. So I'm a patient mother, and they do drive me, in circles on a lot of things. So kids.
Don't they all? Our kids are very close in age, and our college students, and it is so hard as a parent helping them navigate these different challenges. But you have done such an amazing job in helping them to deal with these different layers of identity. To know you and call you friend. Mona, what's your website and email address if people want to reach out?
Absolutely. It's a short for Texas Muslim Women's Foundation. So the website is tmwf.org. And the email is also tmwf@tmwf.org. We have a crisis hotline. Anyone, like I said, this organization does not only cater to Muslims. It is open to everyone going through family violence. So the hotline crisis number, which is on 24/7, it is 972-880-4192.
You are an amazing human being, and I am just so honored to not only have you as a colleague in this space, but to call you friend. And I hope that others will take the opportunity to learn more about the amazing work of Texas Muslim Women's Foundation. And there's so many ways that you can listen and support the great work that they are doing to make a difference in our community, and not just for Muslim women, but for all women to be able to have voice and have their dignity. And so this is another episode of The Tapestry. I am Dr. Francois Booker Drew. And if you'd like more information on me and the work that we're doing and using this podcast to build this amazing arsenal of narratives that can help you deal with tragedy and look at how you can be triumphant in the process, go to drfrancois.com. Thank you again, Mona, for being here.
Thank you, Francois. And in conclusion, also, I do want to thank you and acknowledge your work, the amazing work and larger than life. I don't know how and when you sleep, because I think you're always on 24-hour cycle. And it is with people like you that, I am here and to learn from you, and, you'll be the inspiration for all of us and for many, many people, Francois. So I thank you for that, for being an amazing person.
Thanks, Mona.
Thank you. Keep doing the good work and keep getting into good trouble, just like me. So.
Yes.
And you, and please know you will always be on my speed dial.
And you too.